Ishiboy Guru in the house, back with another bang on video. Well, yes, unbelievable concurrence this time around. I think you guys have been unbelievable. I hope you had a good time as well. Do let me know in the comment section if you guys liked the interaction time in the live. I think it's really great. It is somewhat, I believe it involves you guys as well in terms of the way the quizzes are coming for you. So be ready for the live tomorrow because we are going to have a lot of interactive sessions for you guys for the next live tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, 4 p.m. What was that? 4 p.m. Central African Time, 3 p.m. BST and 2 p.m. GMT. It becomes a little difficult to actually remember all the time zones. So without any further ado, let's move on with the first news. Talking about Thomas Partey, personal terms will not be an obstacle to Arsenal when they want to sign Thomas Partey, and the reports that appeared today about the player's demands regarding his salary are not far from the numbers that Arsenal have received, and it looks like the composition of the contract and what it contains in terms of additions and incentives, and we will let you know if anything happens with Thomas Partey, because there are more and more into this whole video is definitely going to be about Thomas Partey, man. David Ornstein, let's hear out what David Ornstein has to say. He says, Thomas Partey is Arsenal's main target for this summer. He's been on Arsenal's radar for a number of years. It's not a case of whether he wants to come, it's whether Arsenal can strike a deal. From Atletico's perspective, Partey has got a 50 million euros release clause. If Arsenal pay it, then it's up to Partey on what he wants to do. They won't accept less than the release clause. Arsenal and people on their behalf have suggested swaps with the likes of Guendouzi and Lacazette, but Atletico have been very clear that they want the release clause paid. Arsenal would have to pay release clause in one go, which have tax on top of it of a few more million euros. Thomas Partey will command a very high salary, I'm told in excess of 200k a week. Just hear me out, and then I'll definitely try to deflate everything that David Ornstein has said. Ornstein goes on saying that Arsenal have been offered Coutinho by Barcelona. As things stand, it's not a player Arsenal are pursuing. It looks like Aubameyang will extend, but it's not done yet. That is what David Ornstein said about Aubameyang. And talking about Gabriel, he said Arsenal's interest in Gabriel is credible. They like him a lot. He's been high up on their scouting reports for a long time now. It's a deal Mikel Arteta would like to do. I don't know the status of that move. So let's talk about more things. Let's talk about how exactly this Thomas Partey deal is turning out to be. And then I'll also talk about Dani Ceballos, because I've got really special juicy news about Dani Ceballos. But let's first address this David Ornstein's comments about the laws that involve Thomas Partey's deal. Could be 200k a week, or it could be because there are taxes coming into it. Let's talk about it. Law experts in Spain tell that the club will not need to pay any tax if it activates the release clause in the Thomas Partey contract after the competent authorities some time ago amended clause 7.5 in the value added tax law and the article 33.1 in the personal income tax law in the country. Under the previous tax system, Arsenal would have had to pay around 20% value added tax under section 7.5 and approximately 45% personal income tax under item 33.1.1. It is much more than the 50 million euros recorded in the player's contract. After the recent adjustments, Arsenal will have to pay 50 million euros absolutely without any taxes. And the reality about his wages, Thomas Partey is not demanding somewhere around 200k a week. He's demanding somewhere around between 130 to 150k a week. That is all Thomas Partey wants, and it will be exactly 50 million euros and nothing else. So yes, whatever David Ornstein says, that the credibility is going, man. Something is wrong with him. But let's talk about, there was news that Callum Chambers, Fulham are considering a move to sign Arsenal defender Callum Chambers, with Scott Parker keen to bring him back on a permanent deal. Fulham would have to pay around £12 million for the versatile defender, and Arsenal are unlikely to stand in the way of his departure if that happens, according to Mark Irvine. I don't say that not happening. But let's talk about the reality about Dani Ceballos to Arsenal, okay? Fain, I hope you're listening to this. Real Madrid's defeat to Man City in the Champions League has led them to change their plans with players out on loan. Ceballos and Martin Odegaard had been expected to stay at Arsenal and Real Sociedad respectively, but that now has changed, and Martin Odegaard has been called back to Real Madrid. And also, with a season that seems to be very delicate from an economic point of view due to COVID-19, Dani's return is perfectly in line with the club's idea of repurchasing footballers at zero cost. The idea of the club is to do the preseason with Zidane and then make a final decision. Although he joins the preseason, it will be Zidane who has the last word when he speaks with Dani Ceballos, who wants to return but only to play. Furthermore, Real Madrid's rationale is that in a market hit by the pandemic, few teams have the possibility of reinforcing their squad at zero cost with two footballers at the level of Odegaard and Dani Ceballos. Arsenal and Madrid have been talking for analyze the option of continuing in London, but now the Madrid club has stopped everything. The player welcomes the idea of returning to Madrid because his dream continues to be triumphing at the Bernabeu. And the chance of Ceballos staying at Arsenal were high, but that has now changed. Real Madrid are convinced that he has the quality to succeed in Madrid now. His recent performance against City and Chelsea demonstrated his ability to perform in big games. Now let's talk about more stuff. Now I'm not done yet with Dani Ceballos, so let me give you a very big juicy bit about Dani Ceballos. The Real Madrid actually rejected an offer from Arsenal to extend Ceballos' loan deal last week. Arsenal has been asked to report for the player Ceballos has been asked to report for preseason with Real Madrid, but that does not mean he will spend next season with Real Madrid. He is not in Zidane's plans, and club would cash in for the right bid. Now the problem is why Arsenal loan deal did not happen till now, because Arsenal want Dani Ceballos on loan and have made an offer with Real Madrid. Rejected. That offer was Arsenal offered to pay half of his wages. Yes, half of his wages. Paid all his wages last season though, but we are demanding that we could pay only half of his wages now, and not willing to pay a loan fee to Madrid because Madrid wanted 4 million euros that they paid last season. So this is the big reason why Dani Ceballos to Arsenal did not happen till now. Arsenal don't want to pay the loan amount. Arsenal do not want to give him his full wages paid by the loan club. They want something to be paid by the parent club as well. And this is the biggest reason why Dani Ceballos has not made it to an Arsenal club, to the Arsenal club for one more season yet. So that does not mean it cannot happen. I think Arsenal would. Arteta likes him and the passion that Dani Ceballos actually shows on the pitch. So I think it will be happening. So just keep calm, man. Have patience. As an Arsenal fan, you know deadline day is very far off. So I think this is the least that I can tell you about. But talking about more stuff, here's something that I got important about Thomas Partey. He has been linked with Arsenal, and it looks like this would provide a very something that Arsenal have lacked in midfield from a while, that being physicality, and his physicality matched with his technical ability would prove vital for Arsenal at times. You can see compared to Granit Xhaka versus the top 5 league players with 10 plus starts as central or defensive midfielders. So all the percentile rank bars are per 90 stats. So he has actually 2,549 minutes played already compared to Granit Xhaka's 2,586, and also compared to Dani Ceballos, who has played 1,692 minutes this season. You can see what is Thomas Partey is actually triumphing against both of them. So let's talk about Willian. Yeah, did you know Willian turned down Tottenham Hotspur at the last minute after a late bid from Chelsea in 2013? Then what happened? He won 5 trophies in 7 years at Stamford Bridge, and Spurs have won the Audi Cup. Well, here's what Willian said. He said, "I stayed there for 8 hours in the training center. Tottenham's director said, I'm going to report you to FIFA, this and that. Fans here in England will boo you, this and that. They made up a lot of things. I got stuck there for 8 hours. Then I left and I went straight to the Chelsea people to sort the details and sign." So this is how Willian became a Chelsea player. He himself rejected a Tottenham player, man. I think all the Arsenal fans who are actually listening to this and were hating Willian, I think will start loving Willian just for rejecting Tottenham in 2013. Well, moving on. Let me guide you with one more important news that Bernd Leno, as you guys already mentioned me in the live, let's make it official, guys. Bernd Leno on his Instagram account posted this. Mr. and Mrs. Leno, congratulations to the Mr. and Mrs. Leno. Hope they have a very good time. It is unfreaking believable to see our number one finally getting hitched, man. It's really great to see that. Well, let's talk about something more. Let's talk about Arsenal women for now, because Arsenal women are actually, they've actually thrown in a lot of training pics today. And one of them was marking Jill Roord 101. No fewer than 3 defenders around her at all times. Spoiler, she'll still find a way through. So this is what Arsenal women tweeted out. And they also put in an image of Caitlin Ford. She also was seen training in the training grounds, and it was really great to see that. And not only that, we've got some really one more image about Katie McCabe, because she's working very hard and showing and it was actually shown that she's actually spraying with herself with water. So that's the heat, man. That's the heat that they have to play in. And also we have the coach, the Arsenal women coach, Joe Montemurro. Well, yes, the training pitches. Yes, every Arsenal women are definitely getting ready for the UWCL, aren't they? Well, let me talk you through. Stefan Lichtsteiner has actually called off his career at the age of 36. Yes, Stefan Lichtsteiner, all the best for your career, mate. Let me give you a very good stat. Well, nothing compared to one of the previous facts that I've already mentioned. Robert Pires has scored in 5 of his 6 Premier League appearances at White Hart Lane. Overall, he scored in 8 of his 12 games against Spurs. So Robert Pires, oh my God, that guy is an unbelievable guy, isn't it? Well, these were the news of the day. I hope you enjoyed whatever came your way. All the views and news and everything about Arsenal comes on this platform every single day, twice. So sit back, relax and enjoy all the news that comes on this platform. I will see you in my next video. Until then, cheers, and don't forget to subscribe. This is the place to be. We got to reach 10,000, man. It has to be hashtag 10k army, man. IG army, where are you at? Notification squad. Just tell your friends if your friends are an Arsenal fan and they are seeking an Arsenal type of content every day. This is the best place to be, man. Indian Gunner is the best place to be. I will see you in my next video and my next live. Until then, cheers.